Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a soft everyday glam look that's perfect for running errands, brunch with your friends, a date night with your husband, and just looking good for yourself. Okay? Um and on top of that, I thought for this video I would tell you guys a dating horror story. Well, not horror in the way that it probably wasn't traumatic for other people, but it's definitely traumatic for me and one I did not forget. So grab yourself a glass of something great. I will make sure to list all the products in this video so you can use them. For my skincare, I'm always using Byoma. I absolutely love Byoma. It is my fave. And they're just really reasonable for that pocketbook. This is not sponsored by Byoma. But in case you guys are looking for a new person to collab with Byoma, you can hit me up. Okay. Anyway, so on to the dating story. So the year is like 2017, I think. It's honestly all a blur now, but I was 22. Yeah, I was 22. And I start talking to this guy on Bumble. I'm like, he's pretty cute. Seems like we're looking for similar things. And so he passed all of my green flags. So I was like, okay, I can give him my phone number. And so we start talking, and he's like, hey, if you're interested, I would really like to meet up with you and take you to dinner if you're interested. So, just let me know when you're free. So we set up this date. I didn't drive at the time, so I Ubered there. And um, okay, this is significant to the story, is why I'm telling you I Ubered there. So I Ubered to the restaurant and I let him know I was there. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. I'm running a little bit late. I'm so sorry. I will text you as soon as I get in there. So I get us the table. I sit down. I order a drink because my nerves were everywhere. And so I was like, I'll just have a little drink and just wait for him to get here. So like 20 minutes pass and there's like no update from him like when he's going to be here. And so I'm like, okay, am I getting stood up? Like what's going on here? So then he like texts me and he's like, "Hey, I'm here. I'm just going to run to the bathroom and then I will be right there." So I'm like, "Okay, cool." And he's like, "Yeah, again, like sorry about the wait or whatever." And so I sit there and I'm waiting, and 20 minutes goes past and I'm like, okay, this guy like is either dropping a deuce, saw me and is like, I don't like this chick. I didn't really know what it was, but I was legitimately like, this is a waste of my time. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna order my food, and if he shows up, great. If he doesn't, cool. And so I order my food and I'm waiting there. And then finally, he walks up to the table and he's wearing a hoodie, jeans, and flip flops. And my issue isn't necessarily that whole combo altogether. It's the fact that he had his hood on when he walked up to the table and sat down. And also, just as an FYI, he didn't take his hood off the whole time we sat there. So I said, hey, and he's like being really weird, like in person. And I get nerves, because I was nervous, but I was also like, what is wrong with this guy? So I start trying to talk to him, and he's like, oh, yeah, sorry. I just have had a stressful day with some family stuff. And, I apologize. And I said, oh, well, if you want to reschedule, we totally can. Like, you didn't have to, like, you could have totally just let me know. Like, I get that stuff like that happens. And he goes, "No, like, honestly, I need the distraction. So, like, let's talk. Like, what did you do with your day?" And I start talking with him, but I'm also in my gut. I'm like, I feel weird about this guy, but I was like, you know what? He's probably just nervous. I'm going to give him the time of day. So we were having like an okay conversation, and he's like, oh, I think I'm going to order myself a drink. And, I'll like cover your drink and your food. And if you want anything else, like just let me know. And so I go, okay. And I think I was drinking a lemon drop or something like that. And we were supposed to do like happy hour there. So the happy hour pricing was now behind. So it was like back to, I think the drink was like $6 during happy hour and $12 not. And he was like, I said, well, happy hour's over. So it's not the $6 anymore. So I'll just take care of mine. You take care of yours. And he's like, no, 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 no. That's not what we're going to do. I will take care of it. So I ordered another lemon drop and we're sitting there and the conversation kind of starts to get better. Like, it's like, okay, cool. We start talking about nerdy stuff and I'm telling him what I like to do in my free time and all of that. And then he goes, um, I'm going to be right back. I need to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, okay. So he goes to the bathroom. Our drinks, his first drink and my second drink arrive. And then his food arrives and he doesn't come back for another 20 minutes. And I'm like, okay, this dude is legitimately standing me up. So I don't know why I'm even trying here with him. So I said, to the waitress, like drink the lemon drop. And I'm like, you can put the 2 lemon drops and my salad on mine. And then he is going to take care of his own. So I immediately pay for my stuff and I just wait there for him to come back. And he comes back and he's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry about that. Like, sorry, I had to get a phone call again because my sister's been calling me nonstop. Like, there's just some family drama that's going on. And I just really hate that I've put you in this situation. Like, you're right. I probably should have canceled because this is like a really big situation." And I was like, okay, well, I've paid for my drinks and my food, so I think I'm going to go, but I wish you the very best and hopefully the family stuff chills out. And he then goes, no, 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 no. Like, please, like just give me another chance. I am so sorry. Like, I'm not normally like this. There's just so much family drama going on. And I'm like the leader of my family, and so they really look up to me, and like you're just like such a sweet person. I don't want us to end. He's like, "So how about I finish my drink? I'll take my food with me, and if you're comfortable, we could go back to my house. I have a fire pit and we could sit and just talk." And he was like, "Or we can go to another bar if you don't want to come to my house." And so I'm like, okay, because I have a sensitive spot for people. So I was like, okay, we can go back to your house. What a mistake that was. So we go to his house and I walk in, and I mean, it kind of looks like a guy's house. Like, you can clearly tell he's living in it. And I say, "Oh, is it okay if I use your restroom?" And he's like, "Yeah, you can't use the one down here, but you can definitely use the one upstairs. I'll show you where it's at." So he shows me where the bathroom is upstairs. He's like, "I'm just going to go get the fire pit ready. Just come downstairs when you're ready." So I go into this bathroom and I can see that, like, clearly cupboards have been gone through with things removed. And so I'm like, did like somebody move out? Like, what's going on? So I finish my business and I go back downstairs and he goes, "Hey, do you mind opening the bathroom door here to grab, I need like an extra match. There's matches in this drawer over here." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I opened the bathroom's door and I see that there's like these big pictures of him and a woman and 2 kids. And I'm like, okay, is this guy married? Did she, like, what's going on? And so to be cool, I'm like, "Oh, these photos are so cute." I said, are these your daughters?" And he goes, "Oh, no, that's my sister and her kids." And I'm like, okay. I said, "Oh, well, why are the photos in here? You should hang them up. They're really pretty." And he goes, "Oh, that's my plan. I just haven't had enough time to do it. So I'll do that tomorrow probably. I just got them." And I'm like, "Hmm." Okay, so there's been multiple red flags that I've looked past. And this one I'm going to watch very closely. So I grab him the matches and I go out to his back porch and we're sitting there and we're talking. And he's like, I feel like I need to be upfront with you about something. And I'm like, oh, you don't say. He goes, so I recently just went through a breakup and I am really struggling with it. That's why I've been kind of weird. And I go, okay. How long ago did the breakup happen? And he goes, well, like when we started talking on Bumble. And I go, yeah. And he goes, it was like the night that we matched on there. And I thought that I would be ready to kind of get myself out there because like it had been a dead relationship for a really long time. And I go, oh, okay. I totally understand that. However, that would have been something like really great to tell me up front because then my expectations of you would have been a little bit differently. But in my mind, right now, you're somebody who is single and has been single for a while. So, um, I kind of just want to know like what the point of lying to me about it was, or I guess not lying to me, but hiding the truth from me because I would have still probably gone on a date with you if you would just been upfront about that. And he goes, yeah, I mean, I get that, but I just felt like I'm not used to the dating thing, so I wasn't sure that it was information that should have been divulged up front. And I said, well, just as an FYI, if you go on any dates with any other girl after this, you should really tell her about that. And he was like, okay. He's like, so could we start off fresh? Like, hi, my name is what? And if you get that, and you're a millennial. Anyway, um, and he was like, I really think that you're a great girl. And I would really like us to hang out again and redo this all. So just know that I owe you a date. So we start kind of talking, like start vibing, and I'm like, okay, this guy's pretty cool. I'm not gonna date him, but like he'd be a fun friend to have. And he goes, he's sitting next to me and he like leans in and tries to kiss me. And I'm like, whoa, hold on. Like if you're trying to kiss me, you might want to let me know that you're doing that because you just hit my nose. And he's like, oh, I thought the feeling was mutual. And I was like, yeah, I'm definitely not at that point yet. And he goes, well, do you want me to make you a drink or something? Or he's like, or I have some like White Claws or I think it was like beer or something. And because it was like a closed container, I was like, oh, I'll take the beer. And if you don't mind, could you like open it out here in front of me? Because I'm sorry, but I'm not allowed. Like, I know it's your house, but you're already been weird. So I don't think I should trust you with my drink. Okay. So he comes back out and he opens the beer in front of me and he's like, well, tell me about you. Like, what's going on with you? I feel like I've only talked about myself. And I said, "Oh, it's good. I'm good. Like I live a pretty boring life. I live with my parents. I know super attractive. Um and I have a dog. I had a dog at the time and his name is Martin Lawrence and he's the love of my life." And he was like, "Okay, that's cool." He's like, "So like what's your like end goal? Like what are you looking for like in a partner and all of these things?" And I said, just somebody who's honest. Like I've dealt with a lot of cheaters and things like that in my past. And he goes, wait a minute. Like, are you like absolutely off put by somebody who's cheated on somebody in the past? And I go, well, not off putting, but like, yeah, that would cause a little bit of like a red flag for me because I mean, I don't want to be cheated on. So hopefully that part somebody's worked out. And he goes, well, Did I tell you why my last relationship ended? So again, we go back to speaking about him. And so I'm like, okay, cool. He goes, well, I cheated on my ex-girlfriend. And I'm like, okay. And he goes, well, but that's just because I found out that she cheated on me first. So he's constantly making excuses for why X, Y, and Z happened. And I'm just kind of like, whatever, dude. So I tell him, I'm like, okay. So, like, how long ago? Like, what did she find on your phone? Or, like, how did she find out that you were cheating? And he goes, well, I she followed me, and when I was having dinner with this girl that I met at work, and she met us up at the bar and or at the restaurant that we were at and caused a scene, and that's why um my house is kind of in disarray right now. And I was like, oh, because like she moved out. And he goes, yeah, I'm so sorry. I should have told you. Like, I don't know why I didn't tell you. Yeah, we lived together. We were together for 5 years, and she lived here, and like, I'm just really struggling. And I'm like, homie, I am not your freaking therapist. Like, what the heck? And he's like, yeah. And like, I don't know. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I didn't tell you. I should have just told you. And I'm like, yeah, you should have told me, because I should have been the one to be able to make the decision if I wanted to continue on with this date with you or to talk to you. But like, you basically just like lied to me and like didn't share some things. And he was like, I know, I'm so sorry. Like, what can I do? What can I do to like improve it? I said, I think I'm going to go, but I really think if you have any like close friends or anything you could talk with, I think that maybe it might be nice for you to invite one of them over, because I think you have some things you need to process. And then I was like, are you close with your family? Like your mom or your dad? And he goes, well, yeah. And I said, well, maybe you could call them and talk to them about it, because I think that you deserve to have somebody that's close to you that you can talk to, that is going to just be there for you. But I am not the person that can do that for you. And he goes, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like you're just really easy to talk to. Like, what can I do? And I said, well, maybe in the future you and I can have a friendship, but I don't feel comfortable continuing the night with you like this. You just like, I just made me really uncomfortable. And so I go to order an Uber, and um he's like, well, let me pay for your Uber. And I go, okay, that sounds great. And I said, did you want to just like Venmo me, or did you want to order it on your phone? And he goes, I'll order, you can order it on my phone. And he goes, but I need to make sure I use a specific card so that I can get miles or whatever. And I'm like, okay. So he grabs the card and he puts it in. He's like, oh my God, it's not working. Like, what's going on? And he goes and grabs another card and puts that one in, and it's not working. And then I was like, you know what, dude? I'm just gonna order my Uber. Don't even worry about paying for it. Like, at this point, you're welcome for the free therapy session, but I'm gonna go ahead and head out. Okay. So I tell him that, and he goes, well, okay. I was going to use a credit card that I thought my ex didn't have access to, but she canceled it. And so now we don't have that joint card. He goes, I have cash upstairs in my room though, so let me go get that for you. And I was like, okay. So he comes back down and he gives me like $50, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'm gonna take it, like, because he's wasted my freaking time at this point. And so I'm like, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm gonna order my Uber. I get on Uber. No drivers available in your area. And so I'm like, okay. So then I get on Lyft. Lyft says, no drivers available in your area. And I freak. I'm like, I'm going to be freaking killed. Not really, but that's what I thought. So I go, great. I can't order an Uber or a Lyft right now. So I'm going to need to hang out here. And he's like, oh, okay. Like, yeah. He's like, does it say what's going on? And so I Google it and it says that there was like a mass issue with their with Lyft and Uber systems, and that somebody was working on it, and they would send a notification out in the app when it was ready. So anyway, so he's like, okay, well, till it's back on, would you like to go and watch a movie with me? I know this has been a really weird, awkward date for you. But we'll just talk. We don't have to talk about what's going on with here. Well, just until the Uber's ready. So then he's like, can I offer you another drink? And I'm like, at this point, I'm going to drink whatever the heck I want. You guys, all of a sudden, his garage door goes up. A car pulls in. This girl gets out of the car. The girl that I saw in the pictures. And walks in to the house. And she goes, hey, what's your name? Are you home? Like, did you want to talk? And he goes, oh my God, I need you to be quiet. And I was like, what? And so he goes, yeah, I'm still here. And she's like, okay. And he was like, I have a friend over right now though. And she goes, you have a friend over? And she comes out, you guys. She comes out and she looks at me and she goes, do you know that he's married? And I go, nope. I kind of had a feeling there's an error in the Uber app right now. So I'm just waiting to go home because all he's been doing is talking about some ex. And he goes, oh, some ex. We've been married for the last 5 years together and have 2 kids together. And he gave me a STI because he's been cheating on me for that whole time. She was like, so be careful if you slept with him or he tried to kiss you tonight. And I was like, I like start feeling so uncomfortable. And I'm like, I had no clue any of that was going on. There's actually a lot that he's lied to me about. She's like, can I ask you, how long have you been talking to him? And I said, I can tell you exactly that date. And I go onto the Bumble app and I'm like, I've been talking to him since XYZ date. And she goes, thank you so much for telling me that. That's when I found out he was cheating on me. So basically what I'm trying to say, you guys, go with your gut instinct. If you're on a terrible date and you think that the guy is just an absolute loser, learn from me because I should have left like such a long time ago in this date and I just decided not to. So that is my crazy dating story. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you like the makeup look. Here I am touching up my eyebrows because I, for some reason, will notice little flaws in them. And then they end up looking like sisters, like they're related, but like they don't look identical. I'm still trying to find out the perfect way to do my eyebrows. It's a hard relationship to have. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this and listening to my story. If you have a horrid dating story, please put it in the comments below and let's talk about it. And if you would like to see any looks that I could do for you or any products you want me to use, just let me know. And I would love to film something for you. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, everybody.